Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? I said, are you ready? This is game number 5 of WhiteRA versus Abomb. This is a Protoss versus Proton. No, not a Protoss versus Proton. It is a Protoss versus Protoss matchup. On the top left-hand side, in the red color, you have the Ukraine. Mr. Special Tactics, WhiteRA. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you have the Irishman. Since I couldn't find a nickname for him, I gave him one myself, the Golden Protoss, Mr. Abomb. Now let's get to the game. As you saw, for the most part in the last 4 games, it's been a pretty close mirror matchup until around the 4-5 minute mark. Abomb has been highly favoring the early expanding, except for the spoiler alert last game 4, where it was kind of a reverse pace, where WhiteRA went for the early expand and Abomb went air early on. However, after the early expand from WhiteRA, he went Void Rays as well. He got the early armor upgrade, and pretty much he just destroyed Abomb from there on out. It was a very quick matchup, very fun matchup, at least in my opinion, yet again. But it was one of those things that was just very entertaining. So, I want to know from you guys, what is your favorite matchup? Is it PvP, PvZ, ZVT, ZVZ, TVT? Who knows? Let me know. I need to know exactly what I'm going to be casting. It's all going to be determined by you guys. Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, let's look at what's going on right now. Pretty much, Abomb went for the Zealot first, where WhiteRA usually tends to wait for the first Stalker. In this matchup, he doesn't really see a need to go Zealot first, but that's okay. He's pretty much preparing for the early aggression. And right here you see him pretty much scouting around his base, seeing if there was any pylons left, any shenanigans, tomfoolery, and any shenanigans from WhiteRA. Which you'll see there's nothing. Alright. And as you see right here, WhiteRA is starting to go and take the towers to gain a little bit of map vision on top of his opponent. Ooh, and he sees the little proby. It's hunting season. I don't see that probe lasting too much longer. Oh, 1 shot, 2 shot. Oh, you got another stalker right here getting ready for the cutoff, but nah, he got him. So good. If you look at the units tab right now. Right now, it's 26 probes, 22. So WhiteRA will have a slightly better economy, 3 stalkers to 1, and the 1 zealot. The 1 zealot, in all honesty, he does do much better DPS than the stalker, but it's not going to be a huge thing. Right now, you see the zealot getting in the face of him. It might be enough to just push him back, but these stalkers will be able to kite all day, all night. Now here's going to be an important thing. He is about to get the 100 energy he needs for Photon Overcharge. He's going to put it on, and that should be enough to push him right on out of there, which is... Does he get one of the stalkers? No. Okay. So right here, you see him with the forward pylon. He is bringing more reinforcements down to the base. Now this is going to be where it's going to go to WhiteRA. Does he actually want to add pressure, or is he just going to back off for now and try to build up and go into a mid and late game. Right now you do see Abomb with the hallucinated Phoenix scouting out WhiteRA's base, just trying to figure out what he has. He does have an expansion coming up, however Abomb's expansion is up slightly earlier, so it will give Abomb a slight edge when it comes to economy because he will be able to saturate and build up his probes a little bit sooner. As you see, was ahead for a slight amount of time, and now Abomb has taken the lead. Well, let's go back to the production tab because that will be giving you much more information. You see another hallucinated Phoenix going out, and WhiteRA starting to move in. You do see WhiteRA with quite a few more Zealots and pretty decent force fields, pushing the Zealot Stalkers up a little bit. But other than that, not doing too much. The Stalkers now, he's starting to bring in a little bit more. He's trying to wait for the energy to rebuild for another photon overcharge, but the amount of forces Abomb has right now is more than sufficient to push him back. However, WhiteRA is trying to push him up a little bit more, but honestly, I don't see WhiteRA doing too much damage. Ooh! Get rid of the ship, so again, my foot is in my mouth. But with the Stalkers and Zealots, it is enough to push him back, at least for now. It is going to be a little bit of a, not a huge issue, but a slight issue that he did lose that mothership core. Something that he shouldn't have lost. However, you do see WhiteRA starting to retreat. He is going to be getting his Stargate, though. Again, WhiteRA is known for his Stargate and White Prism Plate in Heart of the Swarm. He still does have that forward pylon if he does want to put any more aggression. And he does have the Twilight Council coming up. I do predict him getting Blink because he has seen WhiteRA. There's the Blink. Doing a lot of air costs, so Blink Stalkers will be highly helpful in the upcoming engagements. Especially now that WhiteRA is actually going to be doing double Stargate. So I'm predicting one, maybe two Warp Prisms, and then he's going to be going straight Void Ray. I mean, the Void Rays just eat up the Stalkers right now, and from past games, yeah, it's a prediction, but no. So instead of the one, instead of two Oracles, he is only going the one, and then he is going to straight to Void Ray tech. So I was wrong on the number of Oracles, however, he did take a slight seek at the hallucinated feast, and he should know what's coming his way, unless he wasn't paying attention to his mini-map, which is completely possible. But you do see him moving back with his units, so he's probably going to try to find a nice little cut-off section for him. And if not, this Oracle is going to do quite a bit of damage unless he gets some Stalkers in that mineral line ASAP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, 6. Yes, 6 probes dead. I mean, Abomb is still ahead in the probe count, so his economy is still going to be slightly better, but if you had just had a couple of those Stalkers in that mineral line, it might have protected him, or even maybe a cannon. Right now you do see him attacking the rock tower, which is going to make him collapsible rocks, which is going to close off his third base, so it's going to make it relatively safe for the time being. Very good job by WhiteRA, especially with these, wow, I can't talk right now. Apparently with these Void Rays, and he did use the prismatic alignment, so it did a little bit of extra damage to those things. Let's go back to the units tab. Oop, I'm already on. If you actually look at the units tab, he does have 5 Void Rays, 7 Stalkers, 8 Zealots, compared to, he has actually a much stronger armor than Abomb right now. But again, Abomb's third is up quite a bit sooner. So it's going to be at the time, if Abomb has time to sit on his base right now, it will be giving him a slight lead. But if WhiteRA decides to come out relatively soon, it's going to push the favorite in his way, because those Void Rays will eat away at these Stalkers with their upgraded ability plus, well, I cannot talk, prismatic alignment, and it really does do the extra damage to armored, and these do count as armored units. As you see, he is starting to move out right now. However, if you look at the army, it's only one unit that has a little bit of damage, so it's hard to say how it would turn out, because with the Mothership Core, which is dead, never mind, I thought he still had it, this third is going to go down. I don't think there's much that Abomb can do to stop it, and he is just going to let it go. If he can get a Mothership Core and have the Photon Overcharge ability, might be able to do a little bit better to hold him off, but that is a huge loss for Abomb. Right now, with that, of course I missed a couple of Zealots. Run over to WhiteRA. If WhiteRA loses this right here, it's going to be a huge loss, and it's going to pretty much set back what he just did. Which he did. So right now they're both on 2 base, and Abomb's third should be up before. Right now you see Abomb coming up into the middle of the map. He's trying to get a little bit of map control. He does see the forward pylon from WhiteRA. He is killing it off right now. So WhiteRA won't be able to warp in closer to the base. If he wants to, he will either need to get a warp prism, or he'll need to rebuild the pylon closer to the base. Speaking of which, right now, as you can see, Abomb is actually going for a 4th base. So if this is actually able to be completely built, and he's able to saturate this, WhiteRA is going to be in quite a bit of trouble, because he's not going to be able to, one, keep up with the economy, and the production from Abomb is just going to be ridiculous. The money amount of bases a Protoss wants to be in is roughly 3 bases. Once you have the 3 bases and you have the gas and the minerals going, you could pretty much build whatever you want at almost an endless pace. So this is going to be really nice to see how WhiteRA is, or if he's going to be able to recover from it. Right now we do see a hallucinated Phoenix coming down from WhiteRA. The hallucinated Phoenix is going to be used for any scouting purposes. The Blink Stalkers did see it come down, but I don't see them being able to do too much. Oh yeah, this hallucinated Phoenix is going to be able to see everything. He does see the Robotech coming up. Oh, he actually didn't. He just researched warp prism speed. So he has 3 hallucinated Phoenixes and 1 actual Phoenix. So this is going to throw WhiteRA off drastically, unless he has some form of detection. He doesn't. He just wasted. Okay. Oh! He just did a storm drop on the 3rd base. I personally have never seen anything like this. This is incredible. So, do 4 hallucinated warp prisms, make 1 actual one, and just drop shit all over. Awesome! As you can see. Oh! The warp prism doing major damage to the base. Just eating up the probe line, eating up the zealots. I mean, he's really, really hurting this economy. Finally, you see WhiteRA coming in with the Void Rays. Going to clean this all up, but that was amazing. Wait, no. 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 He let the Warp Prism live. So from the looks of it, he started to attack it, and oh, that's great map management from Abomb. seeing what's going on and just backing up. Again, another hallucinated Phoenix to see what's going on. Try to figure out where WhiteRA's army is, and he's completely avoiding it at all costs. Still have a couple 3 Void Arrays, trying to keep an eye out for this Warp Prism, but right now you see Abomb's army starting to march forth towards WhiteRA's base, and right now it's hard to say that WhiteRA has a chance. I mean, even if you look at like the banked up minerals and gas, I mean, let's say both armies are completely traded out, Abomb can completely rebuild his troops, and I mean, he just has so much backed up depending on like the production. I don't want to move away from what's going on. WhiteRA does have some carriers which are going to help. I mean, let's face it, in the expansion, carriers are pretty fucking amazing. But do you see the storms? The storms just ate away everything WhiteRA had. But again, the air toss and everything WhiteRA has, I mean, his Void Rays are pretty beat. I mean, they're pretty much just about to die. One of his carriers are about to die, and he has 1 carrier full health. If microed correctly, these will be eaten up in no time. I mean, so WhiteRA's still holding off, but if, real quick, if we just look at the production, I mean, he has quite a few warp gates right now, and I was going to compare it to what WhiteRA had, but I don't want to go away from this battle. I mean, if, wow, A-bombs. Okay. WhiteRA might prove me wrong yet again. Let's just take a look at this. 4. He has 4 warp gates. So yeah, WhiteRA definitely... Here we go, the warp gate. So right now he's pretty much just splitting up WhiteRA's army and gradually just beating it to crap. He has a couple DTs built into the army. So right now, WhiteRA I don't think has any detection, so yeah, WhiteRA's entire base is about to just fall to A-bomb because when he has no detection, he just A-bomb just has more production. I mean, WhiteRA might have a strong army heads up if A-bomb's army and WhiteRA's army were just to collide. But there's not much you can do against, especially these DTs. I mean, you know what? Yes, it is the older iteration, so the mothership does have envision, but even though the mothership just ran out of energy and you still see the DTs going down, WhiteRA did completely hold off the army. But again, because of the bank, because of the 4th and now soon to be 5th base, I don't know if WhiteRA can hold off for much longer. Is he... It did look like in that engagement his 3rd did fall. If you do look at the losses, A-bomb did lose slightly more. But again, he's on 4 bases compared to the former 3 bases of A-bomb. So he could afford to lose more. And if you look right there, the storm's just eating away at the probes that were running by. I mean, I'm still a little behind, but with 4th base and soon to be 5th base up, it's only a matter of time unless we see WhiteRA somehow pull out a 4th base or efficiently get his 3rd up. There's only 11 probes. It's not really going to cut it. Yeah. Yet again, you're going to see WhiteRA's army pull it. Oh, not all of it. You You do have the Void Rays, which are going to work very well against the Stalkers. If anyone can hold this off, it is going to be WhiteRA because, again, who's going to argue with Mr. Special Tactics? The tension is mounting with what could be the final battle. You see Abomb sending in the Stalkers first. The Stalkers are in full retreat. You have the Archons and the Zealots in the back. Oh, he does the blink forward. He takes out a carrier. The tension is building. You have a Warp Prism in the back doing some DTs. You see the DT splitting up in all directions. They are going for the Twilight Council. While the tension's in the back, you see Abomb sending troops to the front door. And while they come in through the front door, you see a lot of damage going through the front, especially with the Archons. One carrier goes down. 2 carriers. And the GG. Well, this was game number 5. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe, the like, leave a comment, and take care. Have a great one.